Gentlemen, in the world of love, attraction, and emotional connection, there is one undeniable truth. A woman who is genuinely drawn to you, deeply, passionately, and sincerely, will eventually do one thing, no matter how strong, proud, or reserved she might be. She will reveal her true feelings, not always with words, but always with actions. When a woman is truly and deeply attracted to you, she begins to prioritize you without needing to be asked. This doesn't happen overnight, and it's rarely loud or obvious. In fact, it often begins subtly. You'll notice she starts making small but consistent shifts in her schedule, her habits, and even her routines just to include you in her world. These aren't grand performative gestures done for attention or approval. They are quiet choices that reflect where her heart and mind are slowly gravitating. She might rearrange her plans to spend more time with you, or check in more frequently throughout the day just to see how you're doing. If she has a busy day, she still finds a way to reach out, even if it's just a quick voice note or a brief message. Why? Because in her mind, you're not an afterthought. You've become part of the emotional landscape she's building. She starts to consider you when making decisions, even if they seem unrelated to you. Maybe she mentions a book you once recommended and tells you she finally picked it up. Or maybe she chooses a restaurant she knows you'd like, even when she's dining with friends. These details might seem small on the surface, but they reveal a powerful undercurrent. She's thinking about you, and more importantly, she wants to include you. When a woman prioritizes you, it also shows in her emotional availability. She becomes more responsive, more consistent, and more emotionally present. She starts remembering the things you told her, the names, the stories, the dates that matter to you, because your words hold weight in her heart. She's not doing this to win you over. She's doing it because you're already important to her. You'll also notice a shift in how she manages conflict or tension with you. Instead of withdrawing or becoming defensive, she becomes more willing to communicate, to resolve, to understand. Because for her, keeping the connection intact matters more than being right. And this is a major shift. When a woman begins to prioritize emotional harmony over ego, it's a clear sign her feelings are real. Above all, she makes you feel like you're chosen, not just convenient. You don't have to fight for her time or beg for her attention. She gives it freely and with intention. It doesn't mean she drops everything in her life, but it does mean she makes room for you, not out of obligation, but out of desire. Because when a woman is deeply attracted to you, showing up for you becomes her natural instinct, not a chore. She lets down her guard around you. This is one of the clearest yet most underrated signs of deep emotional attraction. You have to understand, most women are used to wearing emotional armor in today's world. They're conditioned to protect themselves, to appear strong, unaffected, and in control at all times. This isn't just a social behavior, it's survival. So when a woman begins to lower those walls, to strip away the carefully constructed version of herself that she shows to the world, it's not accidental, it's intentional, even if she doesn't fully realize it. She's not just being comfortable around you, she's showing you who she really is when no one's watching. At first, it might start with little cracks in the surface. Maybe she tells you about a bad day, something that really upset her, something she normally would have brushed off in front of others. Maybe she cries in front of you, not because she wants attention, but because she trusts that you won't judge her for being vulnerable. She starts sharing parts of her story she usually keeps hidden, her fears, her doubts, the heartbreaks she's carried, the insecurities that keep her up at night. These aren't topics she just casually offers up to anyone. These are pieces of her identity she guards closely, and if she's showing them to you, it means you've touched something deeper than surface-level attraction. You might also notice she stops trying so hard to be perfect around you. She stops editing her words. She doesn't feel the need to present an idealized version of herself. She's willing to be messy, raw, human. Maybe she laughs a little louder. Maybe she walks around in her natural state, without makeup or filters, not because she's stopped caring, but because she no longer feels the pressure to perform. She starts to believe that you accept her as she is, not for what she pretends to be. That shift is monumental. What's important to understand is that vulnerability is risky for her. There's fear in showing someone the sides of yourself you've worked hard to protect. She knows there's a chance you could reject her, mock her, misunderstand her, but she still chooses to open up. That choice is a signal, a quiet but powerful confession. It means you've created an environment where she feels emotionally safe. It means your presence calms her nervous system, quiets the overthinking, and makes her feel seen beyond the surface. That's not a small thing, that's rare, and it doesn't stop with emotional honesty. It often extends to physical vulnerability as well, not just in the romantic sense, but in how she lets her body language soften around you. The tension in her shoulders relaxes. She maintains eye contact longer. She leans into you when you speak. She doesn't shrink back from intimacy or closeness. Her energy shifts. It's no longer guarded and defensive. It's open and inviting. That's her nervous system saying, "I feel safe here." She might also start seeking your perspective on things that matter to her. She'll come to you not just for fun or distraction, but for guidance, reassurance, or insight. Why? Because she values your mind as much as she's drawn to your presence. She wants to include you in the emotional reality of her life. And once that door opens, it's hard for her to fake it with you. She'll start to be real, brutally, beautifully real. That's when you know she's no longer playing a role. She's choosing to show up unfiltered. Letting down her guard doesn't mean she's weak. It means she sees you as strong enough to hold space for her truth. It means you've earned something most men never get to see. A woman's unmasked self, layered with emotions, contradictions, and vulnerability that most people never get close to. And once that moment happens, once she feels safe enough to be fully herself with you, it's one of the most genuine signs that she's not just attracted to you physically, but emotionally, spiritually, and mentally. Because at the core of true attraction isn't just desire, it's trust. And trust is always revealed when the guard comes down. She gets jealous, but often tries to hide it. Jealousy is one of those complicated emotions that many people misunderstand or dismiss as mere insecurity or possessiveness. Yet, when a woman is deeply attracted to you, jealousy can reveal itself in subtle, almost invisible ways. It's not about controlling you or creating drama. Instead, it's an emotional signal, an unconscious expression of how much you mean to her, and how vulnerable she feels about the possibility of losing your attention or affection. At first, you might notice small changes in her behavior that don't quite add up. She might suddenly ask questions about someone you mentioned in passing, a coworker, a friend, or even a stranger you barely know. The tone of her voice might be lighter than usual, but there's a trace of unease beneath the surface. Sometimes she won't say anything directly, but you can tell from her body language that she's uncomfortable. Maybe she withdraws just a little when you talk about other women, or she seems quieter and more distracted than normal. These aren't random moments. They are signs that her feelings for you run deeper than surface attraction, and that she's struggling to process her emotions. Often, jealousy in a woman who truly cares is cloaked in attempts to appear cool, collected, and unaffected. She doesn't want to seem needy or insecure because she values her dignity and the respect you have for her. So, instead of openly expressing jealousy, she might mask it with teasing, sarcasm, or playful banter designed to test your reaction. She might joke about other women but with a sharp edge, or make light of her own feelings to avoid exposing vulnerability. This way, she tries to keep control of her emotions, but in doing so, she unintentionally reveals the depth of her attachment. Sometimes jealousy can make her behave in contradictory ways. She might pull away emotionally for a moment, creating distance, only to then come back seeking reassurance or closeness. This push-pull dynamic isn't about manipulation. It's a reflection of her inner conflict. She's battling between wanting to trust you fully and feeling afraid that her feelings won't be reciprocated or respected. This emotional tension shows how much she values the relationship and how scared she is of losing it. Jealousy also pushes her to pay closer attention to your interactions with others. She might notice details you wouldn't expect, like the way you look at someone, the words you use, or how long you spend talking with a particular person. It's not that she wants to spy or invade your privacy. Rather, she's trying to understand the depth of your connection with others because her emotions are tied up in it. When she sees something that triggers her jealousy, she might not say anything at first, but inside, she's processing those feelings intensely. What's important is to recognize that this jealousy isn't necessarily a sign of immaturity or insecurity in the traditional sense. It's often a reflection of her investment in you and the relationship. It means she's emotionally engaged to the point where your actions, however small, affect her deeply. When a woman is indifferent or only casually interested, jealousy is rare or non-existent because her feelings aren't as tied to your presence or your attention. Finally, jealousy can be a sign that she's imagining a future with you. When a woman starts to feel jealous, she's unconsciously protecting something she values, a potential us, a possibility of something more meaningful. That emotional reaction reveals that you've moved beyond just a casual connection to a place where her heart and mind are involved. It's not always pretty or easy to deal with, but it's one of the most honest and raw indicators that her attraction goes beyond the surface. She mirrors your energy and language in ways that are often so subtle, they can easily go unnoticed if you're not paying close attention. This mirroring is a natural psychological phenomenon called mirroring or matching, and it happens unconsciously when someone feels a strong emotional connection with another person. It's not something she does deliberately to impress you or to manipulate the situation. Rather, it's an instinctive response that happens when she feels safe, understood, and aligned with you on a deeper level. At first, you might catch glimpses of it in the way she begins to adopt your speech patterns. Maybe she starts using certain phrases or expressions you commonly say, or she picks up on your tone of voice, subtly matching the rhythm and pitch when you talk. This vocal mirroring happens because, on a subconscious level, she's trying to sync her communication with yours to create a harmonious connection. It's a sign that her brain is wired to feel more comfortable and connected when her behavior reflects yours. But mirroring doesn't stop at language. It extends to her body language and energy as well. When you sit, she might adjust her posture to match yours without even realizing it. If you lean forward, she leans forward. If you cross your arms, she might do the same. This kind of physical mirroring is a way her body is saying, "I'm with you, I'm aligned with you." It's a nonverbal cue that speaks volumes about the level of rapport she feels in your presence. The more deeply attracted she is, the more synchronized her energy becomes with yours. If you're calm and relaxed, she will mirror that calmness. If you're energetic and animated, her energy will rise to meet yours. This matching of emotional states creates a powerful sense of unity between the two of you. It's almost as if your emotions are in conversation with each other without the need for words. Mirroring also shows up in the little details of how she interacts with you. She might unconsciously mimic your gestures or facial expressions. A slight smile when you smile, a tilt of the head when you do the same. These micro-expressions are her brain's way of signaling empathy and connection. When someone is deeply attracted, their brain becomes highly attuned to the other person's cues, striving to build trust and intimacy through this shared language. This process creates a feedback loop. The more she mirrors you, the more you feel connected and understood, which in turn makes her feel even more drawn to you. It's like a dance of energies where each step feeds the next, deepening the emotional bond between you both. Because this happens beneath the surface of conscious thought, it's genuine and authentic, a silent confirmation that she feels a natural chemistry with you. On a psychological level, mirroring is a form of emotional attunement. It's her brain's way of saying that she's in sync with you, not just physically, but emotionally and mentally as well. This attunement allows her to predict your needs and reactions better, making the interaction feel smoother and more effortless. It's one of the ways she signals that she wants to be close to you, that she wants to understand you on a level deeper than casual acquaintance. Sometimes you might even catch her unconsciously matching your pace in conversation or movement, adopting your style of humor, or aligning her interests with yours. These adaptations aren't signs of losing her identity. Instead, they show her natural desire to connect and build a shared world with you. This synchronization helps her feel accepted and understood, which are key elements in deep attraction. When you notice this mirroring, it's a clear sign she's emotionally engaged and invested in the connection. It's not just about liking you on a surface level. It's about feeling emotionally and energetically aligned with you. And that alignment is rare, powerful, and deeply revealing of her true feelings. She invests in your growth in ways that go far beyond superficial support or casual encouragement. This kind of investment is one of the most profound signs that a woman is deeply attracted to you, not just attracted to the idea of you, but genuinely invested in the man you are becoming. When a woman cares on this level, she sees your potential clearly, even when you might doubt it yourself. She becomes a partner in your journey, someone who wants to see you evolve, succeed, and overcome the obstacles in your path. This investment often starts with small acts that show she's paying attention to your goals and ambitions. She listens carefully when you talk about your dreams or challenges, remembering details that others might overlook. When you share your plans, she doesn't just nod politely or offer empty praise. She asks thoughtful questions, challenges your ideas in a constructive way, and encourages you to think bigger. She believes in your potential so much that she's willing to hold you accountable to your own standards, pushing you to rise to the occasion even when it's uncomfortable. You'll find that she wants to be part of your support system. She offers help not because she feels obligated, but because she genuinely wants to contribute to your growth. This might be through practical ways like sharing resources, offering advice, or connecting you with people who can help. Or it might be emotional support, standing by you during setbacks, encouraging you when you feel discouraged, and celebrating your victories with genuine joy. Her presence becomes a source of strength and motivation. This kind of support also means she respects your boundaries and understands your process. She doesn't try to change you into someone you're not, nor does she demand that you sacrifice your goals for the sake of the relationship. Instead, she encourages you to be authentic and true to yourself, knowing that real attraction is rooted in accepting and loving the whole person, including their ambitions and struggles. Her investment is about growth, not control. When a woman invests in your growth, she often starts to align her own life with yours in meaningful ways. She might adopt habits that complement your lifestyle, encourage healthy routines, or support your efforts to improve your mental or physical well-being. This isn't about losing her identity. It's about building a shared vision for the future where both of you can thrive. She sees your success as interconnected with hers, and that creates a powerful dynamic of mutual empowerment. Her belief in your growth often extends beyond just your career or external achievements. She cares deeply about your emotional and psychological development as well. She encourages you to confront your fears, to heal old wounds, and to become more self-aware. When she invests in this aspect of you, it shows she wants a relationship that's not just about surface-level attraction, but about two whole, evolving individuals growing together. This investment also means she's patient and committed. She understands that growth takes time, and she's willing to be there through the ups and downs. She doesn't expect overnight changes or perfection. Instead, she offers steady support, unwavering faith, and a belief that you are worth investing in, because in her eyes, you are already valuable, but even more so as you continue to grow. A woman who invests in your growth is essentially saying that she's not just interested in the moment or the immediate gratification of attraction. She's looking at the bigger picture, the long game. She sees a future where both of you evolve and improve, where your connection deepens because it's based on more than just chemistry, but on shared progress and mutual respect. This kind of attraction is rare and powerful. It speaks to a level of care that transcends physical desire or fleeting emotions. It's about building something meaningful and lasting, where your growth as a man is celebrated and nurtured, not threatened or ignored. When a woman invests in your growth, she's revealing her true feelings by showing that she's committed to being part of your life journey through every challenge and triumph. She openly shares her future plans and includes you in them, weaving you into her vision of what lies ahead in a way that reveals her true feelings and intentions. This act of inclusion is not casual or superficial. It's a deeply significant signal that she sees you as part of her life beyond the present moment. When a woman is genuinely attracted to you, she doesn't just talk about the now or make vague references to someday. Instead, she paints a picture of the future that features you in it, often in ways that might surprise you with their specificity and sincerity. This can start with seemingly small details, like mentioning upcoming events, trips, or projects, and expressing a desire for you to be there with her. She might talk about a concert she wants to attend, a place she dreams of visiting, or a new hobby she wants to try, and then casually slip in how much she'd like you to experience those things alongside her. These statements may come across as offhand remarks, but they are actually windows into how she mentally and emotionally includes you in her life. As her attraction deepens, her visions of the future become more elaborate and intertwined with yours. She might begin discussing longer-term goals, such as career moves, living arrangements, or family plans, with the assumption that you'll be a part of those decisions. She asks your opinions about things that would affect both of you, showing that she values your input and is considering how your presence fits into her evolving life narrative. This level of sharing is not something she gives lightly. It's a vulnerable step that reveals trust and emotional investment. Importantly, when a woman includes you in her future plans, she's revealing a sense of security and hope about the relationship. She's moved beyond uncertainty or hesitation and is starting to see a real possibility of a shared life. This mental projection is powerful because it requires her to believe not only in herself, but also in the potential of you and the relationship together. It means she's optimistic enough to imagine building something lasting, and that optimism is a direct reflection of how deeply attracted and connected she feels. This inclusion also shows up in the way she talks about we instead of I. She starts using language that signals partnership and togetherness, naturally shifting from individual goals to shared experiences and joint aspirations. When she says, "We should do this," or "our next trip," she's not just being polite, she's expressing a genuine desire to intertwine her life with yours. This change in language is subtle but deeply meaningful, because it signals that she's mentally aligning her future with yours, creating a sense of unity. Along with verbal cues, you might notice her behavior aligning with these future plans. She might start making practical preparations, like saving money for a trip you talked about, researching places or activities you both enjoy, or adjusting her schedule to make room for shared experiences. These concrete actions demonstrate that her words are backed by intention. She's not just daydreaming, she's actively making space for you in her future. When a woman shares her future plans and includes you, it also reflects a vulnerability. Talking about the future means exposing hopes and dreams that are deeply personal. It opens her up to potential disappointment if things don't work out as she imagines. But she's willing to take that risk because her attraction to you creates a sense of trust and emotional safety. She believes enough in the connection to let you see the life she hopes to build. This kind of future-oriented thinking can also reveal her level of commitment. Even if she's cautious or doesn't explicitly say she wants a long-term relationship, the fact that she mentally includes you in what's ahead indicates a subconscious commitment to the idea of us. It's her way of signaling that you're more than just a temporary presence, that you're becoming a meaningful part of her world. When a woman openly shares her future with you, it's one of the most honest and powerful ways she reveals her true feelings. It's a statement that goes beyond words of affection or attraction. It's a declaration that she envisions a life where you matter, where your paths are linked, and where her happiness includes you. This shared vision is the foundation on which deeper emotional bonds are built, and it speaks volumes about the depth of her attraction and the seriousness of her intentions. This willingness to include you in her future, to envision a life shared together, is one of the clearest and most meaningful signs that her feelings run deep. When a woman sees you as part of what's to come, it means she's not just caught up in the moment. She's invested in building something real, lasting, and profound. And that truth, quietly woven into her hopes and plans, reveals more about her heart than words ever could.